Hello, Besties on Purpose. We are excited to record today. It is St. Patrick's Day, and we needed to record a podcast because we have just been so excited to be part of the journey with Jesus that we were like, oh, we need to record a podcast. And this morning, I woke up and I was like, we need to talk about lucky stuff because today is St. Patrick's Day and my corned beef is in the crock pot and I just put carrots and potatoes in there and beer with it. And my kids hate it because they hate the smell throughout the house, but I love it. And it's something that me and my husband do every year. And okay, I'm rambling about St. Patrick's Day. But what do you do, Candace, for St. Patrick's Day?
Oh, I'm bad. I'm so bad. I don't. I wear green. That's what I do.
Are your kids wearing green?
Yes, they're wearing green. Kenzie asked me if the leprechaun was coming, and I'm like,
We do not do the leprechaun thing either. It just freaks me out. Even
we've
the story freaks me out.
done sometimes, so we'll see if he comes for a visit before 4 o'clock or not.
Oh my gosh. It'll be okay. It will be okay. But if you have green food coloring, you could make it happen.
Yeah, let's see.
So today we're going to talk about luck and how you can bring more luck into your life or find the luck. And I'm excited to talk to Candace about this because she wanted to talk about lucky girl magic this month. And I think I have lots of ideas about luck, but you started off, Candace.
Yeah, I would love to ask, how lucky on a scale of 0 to 10 do you feel, do you believe you are?
I feel like I'm a 10.
I know you were going to say 10. Our bestie watching, how lucky would you say you feel? Because I do believe the key to luck lies in the belief that you hold around it. So there was a time when I did not believe I was lucky. And
Okay.
then there
When
was a
was that
shift.
time?
Um before before I started Mon 8, actually. And I remember whenever I joined, we had these like challenges, and I was just like, okay, I'm in it. And then like I kept winning them, and I was like, this is crazy because I'm not usually this lucky. And then I literally won one with Tara, one with Ryan, and then one with corporate. I got to meet Kip Moore because I was like one of 50 names drawn, and I only had one entry. I didn't actually have multiple entries. So then I was like, okay. But I actually used to believe I was not lucky. I don't know. If it could go wrong, it was going to, that kind of mentality. So
Yeah, I think I always felt like I was lucky, maybe. I don't know. But sometimes I hear my kids and my husband say like they don't feel lucky or they never win anything. I always hear people say like I never win anything and they actually won that time and it's always like I never won anything and I'm like, but you didn't believe that you would win. But yeah, I think it got stronger. The belief got stronger as I started to believe and work on myself that it is possible to get all the luck in the world.
yeah.
So yeah, I think there was that time where it was like, okay, if I win, I win, and it's just like luck. And the other thing that comes to mind is like my parents, in my culture, they like to gamble a lot,
Ah,
and to them that's lucky because they when they win a jackpot, my mom like wins all these jackpots because I was like, wow. But like whenever I go to Vegas, I'm very woo woo about this stuff, like superstitious because my parents were too. Like if you have bad energy around you,
mm,
then you're not gonna win. And John
yes.
hates the slots because he's an accountant and it's just like random, right? to him. And I was like, no, it's the energy that you put out there. So, like, that's kind of where I wanted to start.
Yes. I cannot. I have had, even when I was younger, I had experiences where I was really believing for my name being drawn out of the raffle, and then it got drawn like at my dad's Christmas party or something, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it worked." So that's why like I really agree, and it's the belief and energy and belief are like same in my head when we're talking about this because same thing. And I have to check myself like if I'm going to sit down, I have to be in the right energy if I'm going to do any gambling because I firmly believe it's an energy thing.
Yeah. So, how could you explain that to like a John? How would you explain it to John? Because I can't explain it versus past,
Well,
like what my parents
we can
shown me.
go all kinds of ways with this.
Okay.
But um just think about like everything on this planet is made of energy. Everything. Money, table, chair, phone, glasses, everything is made of energy. And that energy is like vibrating at different frequencies. Money is just another thing that is vibrating at a frequency. And I got really curious one time in the shower. Of course, it was in the shower. Um, and I was like, I wonder what the frequency of money is, like, And this was actually the first time I had an experience like this. It was insane. Like I will do my best to describe it for you so you can hear and like kind of experience it. But I'm telling you, it was definitely a supernatural experience. So I like closed my eyes in the shower, and this time I was actually in this bathroom because I wasn't showering in the we called it the girls' bathroom now. And so I was like, I wonder what the frequency of money looks like. And I'm like standing like this in the shower, and I was like closing my eyes to try to see like what would it look like a frequency of money of an item, like a vibration. And I just see these like little like, and then I'm like, and I was like, okay, what would it feel like? And I started to like feel in my body like this, like going with the thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
I start feeling this, like, and I have my eyes closed because whether you believe, well, like our listeners believe in God, right? And some people might be like, this is really woo woo, Candace. God made the woo woo. So welcome to the party. Because God himself is like an energy and he created us in his image. And so that kind of that's why I got in the shower. I was like, well, we're all connected. So can I tap into that? Like, could I consciously try to like see and feel the energy of money? And I was like, how does one know? Like this is how I know it was like it was from God to like share this with me because when you ask, you receive. And I'm like, how would one know what this is what started my experience. How would one know what the frequency of money looks like or feels like? And so I was like closed because I was like, well, God knows everything. I can ask him and maybe he'll like because I'm willing and I'm like in the like I'm willing and I'm in the shower. I'm like, I'm willing, I'm here, literally, in the shower. I'm like, okay. And so I have this feeling, and I was like, oh. And then it was just like kind of weirdly euphoric. Like, it's like weird, but in a good way. So I don't, to translate that back to how do I communicate this to John? What you believe you are what you believe, right? And what you focus on expands. And we can find that in scripture, and I have found it more recently in scripture. And so and actually, hold up, give me 1 second because I actually have them pulled up somewhere over here. I just got to get to where they are. There's some that was even talking about this. Give me the scriptures.
And I love that, like, luck sometimes, like, we think we're just like lucky, but I think we're all worthy of the luck. And I think
Yes.
some people don't think they're worthy of the luck, and it goes on along with the belief. So,
Yeah.
um,
So
did you
I
find
found
it?
it. So the one I just sent you the other day, which was Mark, or maybe it was yesterday, Mark 9:23. If you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes. And then there was another one I wanted to read because, okay, Proverbs 23:7. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So that basically says how you think is how you are, how you think in your heart. So to me, that's kind of like how you, your mind and your being, like how your being is how you're going to be. If you can believe, then it's possible. That's Mark. Um, and but there was another one I wanted to read. Not Proverbs, not that one. Oh man, it might not even be over here. It was maybe it was one we even just read. The measure of your faith is like what's gonna. This is gonna drive me crazy because I don't know where it was. It wasn't here.
Well, I
Is
kind of
it?
want to take it into another direction of like, how can you create luck if you're not in that belief mode? Just like today, we're wearing our green because we think that that's going to create luck. I make the corned beef because you think you're going to make luck. Like, you can do things that make you believe. It could be like going out for a walk, it can be enjoying the sun. Um, like putting on your lucky tennis shoes. I think a lot of athletes do this. They put on their same stinky socks for a really long time because that makes them believe it's not necessarily the stinky socks, but it makes them believe that it's going to give them luck and give them that it's everything's in their favor. I think that was probably one. Like all
Yeah,
things are in your favor.
all things are in your favor. Yeah. Um, how can are you? So the question is, how can someone create the luck?
Hmm.
I think you have to believe, you have to work on your identity, I think, because when you don't identify as a lucky person, or like that never happens to me, or curses always happen to me, right? Like, oh, I always get stopped by stoplights. An easy way is like expect for green lights the next time you go out.
Yes.
Like, all right, and I just play with it all the time just to play with it, and like I'm gonna hit every green light, because if you're running late and you think like it might be a little bit of a BS meter going off in your head, like, yeah, right, you always get stopped by lights. That's a key. I need to shift that belief. But if you're like, okay, I can do this today. I'm at least gonna get see the yellow, even if I don't go through it, right? Like I'm gonna shift. If you can't go from red to green, then go to yellow. But like look for the luck, look for how you're lucky. Like, and another abundance practice actually that was given to me from one of my coaches was think of things and how abundant you are in those things that most people wouldn't count as like abundance. So, like paper. If you're like me, you got notebooks upon notebooks everywhere. And I am so freaking abundant in paper. It is unreal, like how abundant I am in paper. Or shirts, or, towels right now. We found all the missing towels. They were in Ella's closet. They're clean on my
Yay.
bed right now. So, looking for abundance and then looking for things going your way. That's how you create luck, I think, is what we look for, we find. So,
Yeah, I love that. I love the green light analogy, and I do bring my kids into that. And I'm like, okay, guys, we have 5 minutes to get to school or 5 minutes to get, I don't know, wherever. And it normally takes 7 minutes, but we are going to hit all the green lights. And they're like, green, 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 green.
and that energy when you actually like it's red and you're like, I don't know if it's going to turn green. I don't know if it's going to turn green. And then it like hits green. You're like, green. Like that energy is like, to me, is like the momentum. You're like getting it going. You're like, yes, I always get
Yeah.
green lights. So
Yes.
start with green lights. Like tell yourself you're lucky enough to always hit green lights, and you will.
And then start with putting, I don't know, just going outside for a walk and that you get to have sunshine. I think Candace was saying the meteorologist said that it was going to rain by her, but there's sun. So like believe that there's sun and there will be sun eventually.
Yeah. And
I think it's
I've
just
I've
like,
even done that too. And here's another thing too. Let's say you're believing for green light and then you get red light, right? It's what you do in that next moment too that matters, because either you're going to strengthen the belief that you're not lucky enough to get the green light. It works for them but
mhm,
not for me, right? Or you're going to say, okay, it wasn't this time, but next time I've got it, right? Like you're going to be like, I had to stop for something this time. Maybe I would have gotten in a car accident if I made it through this light or something. Like you have to, it's the belief that comes right after that, like not getting whatever the luck you're trying to find.
yeah.
And that's how I would say you can strengthen that.
And I think I told you the story. Like we got our, like John was driving the car and he got a nail in the tire, and I was like, "Oh, just bring it home. Like we'll figure it out on Monday because we don't really need the car." And then we go in and they tell us basically our tires are bald and that it was not good and we needed all new tires. And of course, buying all new tires sucks. But I was telling Candace, I was like, I know now why we got the new tires was because it started raining all the time. And I was like, God saved our life because we didn't have bald tires in the rain in California. And so it actually happened for a reason. And I think
Yeah.
that's another part of it, of luck, is that like we have to believe that it's happening for a reason. And it was lucky that we got a nail in our tire when normally the situation would be like, but and it was,
I'm like,
but
oh, we
then we
can
got
wait.
over that.
Oh, we
Yeah,
can wait. Oh, we
yeah,
can wait. And
yeah,
like I would say too, another step to seeing the luck would be that thought and audit and like statement audit. Like what cliches do you cling to that are yours? Like, right? Like what do you say all the time? Like, for instance, Cheryl or John really and the nail in the tire. I'm so lucky I drove over this nail, right? Like I attract all the nails and all the car problems. That's how lucky I am, Candace, right? That's a cliche that might stick to you, right? So,
yeah.
like I said, I used to, if you're a military spouse listening to this, there's a stupid curse called Murphy's Law, and like everything happens in threes. Cancel, delete on that belief. Like for real. No, like no. I am so like it happened for me. Of course it did. So I could have these amazing stories for you guys. However, if I could go back to Candace like 20 years ago and say, reject Murphy's Law. It doesn't happen for you. You believe that everything works out, like for your, I guarantee you some of that stuff would have not happened because I wasn't expecting something to go wrong. So,
Right, because
or
you're counting. You're like,
yeah,
oh, there's the one. Oh, there's two. Oh,
yes,
there's
now
three.
that
Like you're looking
where's the
for it.
third one? Right? And those people who have it like things are going so good, there's another cliche, like I'm just waiting for the shoe to drop. Why do we say that? Why do
Oh
we
my
say that?
gosh.
Why?
Because I think that comes down to worthiness.
Yes.
Like, I don't think I'm worthy of like just having a good life. Like, yes, you are. You are. Not no, not because there's not going to be a nail in your tire, or it's going to be, it's like how you choose to react. It is that moment right after. But like all these things that we don't, that are like programmed in our brain because of other things, or and they could be like something you see on social media. Oh my god, I believe that. And then oh my god, that just happened to me. And I know cancel, Candace is always like cancel, delete, and I always laugh, but it's
It's
so funny,
true.
like yeah.
It's a pattern interrupt. It shakes the subconscious awake. Like, oh wait, what is she doing? Right?
So
Like,
if cancel, delete's not yours, pick another thing. Like I
stop
think
it.
I think me and John chose a word, but now I forgot the word. I
Oh,
need
now
to
you're gonna have to,
remember.
John, tell us what the word is.
I'll just figure out the word again. It, it could be like peaches.
Peaches.
I don't know.
But hey,
Because it was like
it shocks the
the
system.
the Mario movie was out that time, and then I think I just chose that. And we
So you
did we yeah. So sorry.
total other tangent.
Yeah. I was
Like
like gonna go in a tangent. I was like, I don't need to go there.
no, I was gonna go on one too with you. I was
Okay,
going there.
go.
Ted Lasso, and they like use the word Oklahoma. Like they have to be
Yes.
honest when they say the word Oklahoma. So this like
Yes.
you're like, okay, wait.
So
Too good to be true. Have you ever heard that saying? Like, this is too good to be true.
yeah, that's not even in my
I know it's not
language
in your belief
anymore.
system.
But um I've heard that. Or it is what it is. Oh my gosh.
We unsubscribe from that, everybody. All you listening, we have. If you haven't done so, I'm about to gift you with the best blessing. You can unsubscribe from whatever you want.
Yes.
Any belief, you just like you're unsubscribing emails, and just keep doing it. We unsubscribe from beliefs.
Yes. What if our beliefs were an email? It would be just like an unsubscribe.
I know, and
It's
it
pretty
can be
cool.
that easy because a
Yeah.
belief is just an energy that you've stored as a truth, and you can just go in there and be like, nope, unsubscribe, delete, you're done. I want to believe
Yeah.
this instead. That's why I said that moment after is so crucial, because if you unsubscribe from the email, you got to send the brain like, okay, well, what are we subscribing to then? If I don't believe this is too good to be true, what do I believe? Good things happen to me. There's abundance all around me. I just have to see it and I have to believe for it, and then I will receive it. So, hmm,
Yeah. I think I love that. And I don't even know what else to say right now because
I
I could go
know.
with like so many. But we talked about like how you can look for luck, how belief is so important, how you should feel worthy to believe, how you can get pattern, how you can create all of this stuff, how you can create luck, how you can create pattern interrupts to unsubscribe. And I think I want to close it out
Yeah,
because
let's
this is
close it
like
out
so
with
good.
this. Starting today, if you're still with us on this call, this podcast, this video, whatever form you're looking at, you are lucky. Like from this point forward, you're a lucky girl or a lucky guy, whatever form of the bestie you are right now, you are lucky. Period. Done. Walk in it.
That's it. So if you're watching us on YouTube, go check out our other episodes and feel the luck, feel the abundance, feel the prosperity coming through those. If you're not part of our Journey with Jesus experience, come be part of it. Text Journey to 850-888-5182 and subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube,
And share
and
with
you
a
will
friend. Share with a
and share it with a
bestie.
friend. Yes. See you soon. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Bye.